who's going to help us solve this mystery. Joining us now from Senate Budget, he's Kansas Senator Roger Marshall. Senator, it's always a pleasure. Wonderful to see you again. What's going on with this hypocrisy?
Well, Liz, it's great to be with you again. And I'll just start out by pointing out to your listeners that last year, Medicare issued about $100 billion of improper payments. Look, President Trump, I'm up here. Republicans are here to save Medicare. We want it to deliver great health care, but we don't want money to be wasted. Maybe if we could take some of that money that we're going to save, maybe we can help more with their prescription drugs. But the hypocrisy is, as you pointed out, once upon a time, the Democrats wanted to go through this waste, fraud, and abuse, but the Republicans are actually the ones that are doing it.
I mean, the Inspector General for Social Security found $72 billion in improper payments from fiscal years 2015 to fiscal 2022. Then it exploded under Joe Biden. We saw a number, $500 billion in improper payments that went out the door under Joe Biden. So that means higher taxes for everybody to pay for that waste, right?
Yeah, and I think that number would actually approach $1 trillion when it's all said and done, $1 trillion of improper payments. But this adds to the size of our deficit. Look, we're spending $2 trillion more than we're taking in. If we could find half of that through waste, fraud, and abuse, and then maybe go on a little bit of a spending diet, maybe we'll work back towards that balanced budget, which is going to help bring interest rates down for Americans.
You know, I got to tell you something. We listened to Ray Dalio. He's a Bridgewater Associates founder, big hedge fund titan, big guy on Wall Street. He is saying, he's warning, so are other Wall Street pros like Mary Meeker, that the U.S. Treasury market faces a crack up, that there's basically like a car crash inside that bond market, if we could put it that way, where the Treasury markets worldwide are having trouble digesting the torrent, the flood of U.S. government overspending that Democrats don't seem to grasp, don't seem to understand, that when that happens, yields the Federal Reserve could lose control of rates. We're not being, paranoid crazy here, but these are the scenarios being played out on Wall Street. The Fed loses control of the bond yield. Those bond yields start gyrating around, and then the dollar gets devalued. That's an issue that Ray Dalio and Wall Street pros are now warning that Democrats have been totally deaf to. What do you think?
Yeah, so we're approaching that cliff. We don't know when it's going to get there, but we're not going to let that happen. Right now, we're going to turn this ship around. We're going to get rid of the fraud, waste, and abuse and work towards a balanced budget. Tomorrow, we're sitting down with President Trump to figure out how we're going to do it.
Thank you, Senator Marshall. Pleasure to see you again. Thank you for joining us. Now, please.